Ever wondered if the best stories are found at the summit or in the moments along the way? We are a German-Turkish family of 5, traveling the world to broaden our minds and open our hearts to new cultures. And right now, we are on the brink of something special, nearing 10,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us. And if you are new here, consider joining us as we continue exploring the unexpected. This week, we set out to conquer Seoraksan National Park in South Korea. But time and rain had other plans. Would we make it before the day was up? Our return to SOKCHO wasn't just a trip. It was a promise to finish what we'd started. Last time, a storm kept us playing on the beach and savoring cold noodles. This time, we were ready for more. Ready to conquer Seoraksan National Park.
Du kannst was sagen. Kilimanjaro.
No, not Kilimanjaro, but SOKCHO, to be precise, Seoraksan National Park. We want to climb, go hiking a little bit. I think we don't climb today. It's raining, unfortunately. But nevertheless, we will start to go on a little hike, or maybe medium one. Come along.
Perfect conditions for us. It's like hiking at home.
True, yeah. It's the same weather we have at home, usually. And the last time we came to SOKCHO was in October, and there was a heavy storm, so we couldn't even try or even think of going hiking that day, even though we made all the way from Seoul here, especially to go into Seoraksan National Park for hiking. So today we came here the second time and it's raining again, but it's at least not stormy, so we said, whatever, let's just go for it. We have some umbrellas, we have some raincoats, and if we do get wet a little bit more than what is nice, then we can warm up later again at the hotel. So let's go, come along. We have heard that the national park is not only renowned for its ecological importance, but has a rich biodiversity that includes rare plants and animal species. Have you ever heard of Korean edelweiss? Or have you ever seen an Asian black bear? Despite the pitter-patter of rain, we laced up our hiking boots. Or, to be honest, we just put on some sneakers, to then be struck by the sight of local hikers geared up like pros. It reminded us of when we braved Mount Kilimanjaro with the kids last year. The 5 of us weren't even that equipped when we pushed beyond the limits on Africa's tallest mountain. Alright, so here at Seoraksan, locals are geared up professionally. We were at least mentally ready to face whatever the national park had to throw at us.
Shops everywhere. Shops, cafes, restrooms. Krass, oder?
Looks more commercialized than natural.
Huh?
Looks more commercialized than natural. Yes. Shops, cafes, restaurants, restrooms. We hadn't expected such a commercialized entry. And then we were met with the solemn gaze of the great Buddha statue. Its presence a powerful echo of temples we had visited in Nepal and Sri Lanka and other places. It was a moment that made us pause and breathe it all in. Our kids, always curious, took the rain as an invitation to explore. Malik wished for the cable car to take him up the mountains, while Lila and Emmett joked about crocodiles in the clear river waters. And Alpay? He kept us smiling with his commentary about how real adventures start when plans don't go as planned.
Hier ist das Gate, the Star Gate.
Die Dinos schon gefangen?
Nein, sonst nicht. Jetzt.
Das ist ja mehr spazieren jetzt. Ja. Und zum Wandern wird es halt dann, wenn es so ein bisschen schwierig wird. Also entweder besonders lange oder das Terrain einfach hoch runter geht.
Die schießen halt so Bienennetzen.
Look at all the hikers. They are fully equipped.
Okay.
As if they want to hike up, climb up Mount Kilimanjaro. It's not Kilimanjaro though. It's more like a walk compared to Kilimanjaro. But they look as if they are ready to tackle any challenge. It looks really good actually. But somehow I also feel like it's a little bit ridiculous. You just see that people, not all of them for sure, but many probably invest in all those materialistic things. And then I also hear all those news that they simply can't afford kids, which I think is crazy when you see them. But yeah, most of them look really nice, smile, greet us, we greet back. So. We are still not even at the starting point of our hike.
Okay. Okay.
So this is just warm up.
It's not raining anymore.
We wait to get to the starting point. Yeah, luckily the rain stopped. Kids are chatting, which is usually a good sign. They still have plenty of energy. I still have water with me, enough I hope.
Diese Lücken so riesig, das passt jetzt auf den Fuß durch.
Unser Weg würde da hochgehen. Aber dann gehen wir halt. Wollen wir das machen?
Zu dem Wasser unten.
Ja, das ist auf dem Rückweg nachher, Emmy.
Wie weit geht es denn noch da?
As the hours passed, we realized that reaching the summit wasn't in the cards. And that was okay. Our cheerfulness didn't waver. Instead, we soaked in the beauty around us. Sometimes it's not the peak, but the path that leaves the biggest mark on your heart. Back in SOKCHO, we spent the evening enjoying local treats and talking about the hike over warm food. The rain, that once seemed an obstacle, turned into a cherished part of our story. First of all, we couldn't do the hike that we had planned to do. Because, and I think that's something very important to know, you have to leave early enough to hike up the mountain that we wanted to hike up to, because you can only walk to a certain point, but then not any further, because there is a gate and you have to be there early enough to get in, because I guess it's also safety, so that you shouldn't thank you. Because I guess it's a safety reason, so that you still have the chance to come back during daylight, or in case something happens on the mountain that I don't know, maybe they can rescue or anything, I don't know, something like that, I guess. And now in summertime, you have to be at that gate, I think until 2, and I think we reached the gate 2:20 p.m., so a little bit late. We were still able to go through it, but because people came from the peak down, and it was a very steep, very narrow road, we decided to not take on that challenge, not because we weren't ready for it, but because we thought we might be in the way of all those people that already had climbed up to the peak and now just came down. So we decided to try not to be in their way, and instead just walked or hiked another road, which was nice as well, but it wasn't steep or anything like climbing up any mountains or peaks. It was just along the river, which was also very, very beautiful, and we still had to be careful because everything was wet from the rain. This young man even slipped once, right? Do you feel your bum? You don't feel your bum anymore? Well, at that time it was quite intense, I guess. But I think all in all, Seoraksan National Park is for sure worth visiting, and I'd love to actually stay here a little longer and go on more hikes, because it's such a beautiful landscape. So many really nice people hiking there, fully equipped. It was a lot of fun, even though it rained. Now that we came out, sun came out too, and it would have been even nicer. They also have a cable car that takes you up to one part of the national park, and it's a big one. We really just saw a tiny little part of it, so I think there's a lot more to explore, and maybe in the future at some point we can come back and explore more of this beautiful area here in South Korea. Muss ich das Kuscheltuch auch waschen?
Also,
Soll ich dir was sagen? Das Tuscheltuch kann ich sogar schon selber waschen. Due to the fact that we didn't hike for as long as we had intended to, we then had time left to visit the shore. Don't you enjoy a good time at the beach? Especially when the sun sets? There's something about the combination of the soft breeze, the sound of the East Sea, and the warm atmosphere that makes SOKCHO unforgettable, doesn't it? We feel Korea has a welcoming charm that we can't get enough of, whether we are chasing the last light of the day or just strolling hand in hand along the shore. This place reminds us why we love this country as much as we do. It's not just a destination, it's a feeling of being perfectly at ease. Waking up to dry skies, soft swish of flowers, and street artists by the beach, we realized our adventure was far from over. This simple stroll surrounded by blooming colors was a beautiful reminder that travel is full of surprises, whether you reach the peak or not.
Nice. Jungs, habt ihr die schon gesehen? We are so close to reaching 10,000 subscribers, and we'd love for you to join our journey. If moments like these resonate with you, if you believe that the journey holds as much value as the destination, hit that subscribe button and become part of our family adventures. South Korea still holds more stories for us, and we can't wait to share them with you. Next Sunday on our travel journal.